Hello everybody and welcome back to Mark Clemens Postcards. I hope you've had a good week and I hope you got your Christmas shopping done early. As you can see, the postcard pups, Lucy and Ellie, have been busy all week packing Christmas postcards and trying to get people's orders out in time for the holidays in case they were going to give those postcards as gifts. If you haven't already purchased your postcards from my store for gifts, it's probably going to be too late because you know how the post office is, so I wouldn't count on anything getting there in time for Christmas at this point. But the pups are still hard at work, and we've had a pretty good week here at Mark Clemens Postcards. We did some good sales. And that's what we're here to take a look at. Before we do that, just let me tell you, being as the holiday time of year, I'm just going to do today what sold on eBay for the past week. I'm not going to do any segments on my personal collection. We'll save that till next time. And I've also decided to take the rest of the year off. So next Sunday I will not be producing a video, sorry, but you've got better things to do over the holidays anyway than watch me. And I will be back next year, the first Sunday in January of 2025. We should be back with another video for you. So in the meantime, you can play with your Christmas presents and enjoy your eggnog and spend time with your families. So anyway, if you notice, I look rather silly, and that was my objective. So we're going to move on here and take a look at what sold over the past week on eBay. As you can see here, sales for the past week, December 15th through the 21st, were $883.09. We just missed the $900 mark, so it was a little bit above average week for us. And we sold a total of 81 postcards or items. A couple were not postcards, as you will see. And our average sale price was $10.90, which is pretty good. I like that. So all in all, a very good week for us here. And let's see what made up some of those numbers. Obviously, I'm not going to show you all 81, but I do believe I have a little bit more than half of them to show you, so let's go. First up, we have a view in Charleston, West Virginia. This is the new Greyhound bus station. That's a nice colorful linen card. It has not been postally used, although it does have a stamp on the back. And there you can see a couple buses and a kind of a sort of an Art Deco style station there. So a nice linen card sold for $5.95. We've got some background noise here. Let me eliminate that. Next up, we have a view in Biddeford Pool, Maine. This is the Wood Island Lighthouse. And this is an undivided back error card that has not been postally used. Got a little bit of edge wear, but still a nice card. That sold for $7.95. Here is a view in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. My wife and I often go up there. There's a good antique mall up there that we like to go to, as well as a restaurant that we enjoy very much. Been going up there for like 35 years, at least once a year, sometimes twice. And this is a view up there on the William Penn Highway. And it's along the William Penn Highway and a bird's eye view of Hollidaysburg. It is a white border error card. It was not posted. And it is of the blue sky variety. You can see it's a black and white view, but it does have a blue sky that has been added in. And that card sold for $7.95. Here is a generic greeting As you may have seen these before, this scene here is not necessarily in the place that is mentioned on the card. This says greetings from Block Island in Rhode Island, and it is says sunrise over the ocean. It's a pretty colorful card, but I doubt that that's actually Block Island, Rhode Island, but nonetheless, these types of cards are very popular. This is a linen card, not posted. It sold for $11.95. Here we have a view in Marlin, Texas. We have the Hotel Falls, the Buey Clinic, and Martin Sanitarium. This is the clinic and sanitarium over here, and this is the hotel on this side. A nice multi-view card. It's a linen era card. It was posted in 1945, and that sold for $5.95. Here is a papoose. This is a Wallapai Indian papoose. They are native Arizonians. This is a Raphael Tuck brand card, publisher, Raphael Tuck. It's an undivided back card. It was posted in 1908. There you see the baby on the front. And that one sold for $5.95. Here is a railroad-related card. This is an Amtrak train, number 820, in Greensboro, North Carolina. You can see it's kind of a nighttime or even twilight scene. It is a chrome era card. It is postally unused. Sold for $4.95. Next up, we have a non-postcard item. This is a decal or a travel sticker, decal, whatever you would call it, something you would put on maybe your luggage, or you could stick it to the window of your car or travel bag or whatever. It is a decal for Idaho. It says the Gem of the Mountains skiing map. You have an ice skater here and a skier over here and a map of Idaho on here. And this is an unused decal, obviously. Still in the original packaging. That sold for $4.95. Another non-postcard item. This is a tobacco patch. It's a leather patch, and I bought a bunch of these a while back. They feature colleges and universities. They would be in a pack of tobacco, like a premium when you bought it, like tobacco cards, for instance. This was also something they put in tobacco packages. This one is from the University of Texas, and you can see on the front there it has the seal of the University of Texas. There's really nothing on the back. That's probably bleed through of ink, if anything. And it's a relatively small patch. It's about 2 inches wide by 2.5 inches high. And that sold for $9.95. Here is a Marilyn Monroe postcard from my recent purchase of a box lot of Marilyn cards. This one is says Marilyn Monroe at Malibu in 1948. It is a Continental era card. It was not printed in 1948. That's the date of that photo. And it was unused, as you can see. That one was listed for $5.95, and I took an offer of $5 for that one. She looks a little cold there in the water. Next up, we have a view in Sturgis, Kentucky. This is the home of the Wesco Mail Order Mart. And it says that right on the building, the home of the Wesco Mail Order Mart, Sturgis, Kentucky. A linen era card, unused, very nice, clean, crisp condition. And that card sold for $9.95. Next up is a view in Port Stanton, Ontario, Canada. This is the boat landing, and the post office at Sparrow Lake. It is it appears to be a white border card. It was posted in 1914, but I do believe America, or United States, was a little behind on the era postcards, and Europe and other countries were a little ahead of us, so they may have moved from the divided back to white border before we did. This one does have a white border and posted in 1914, and that sold for, let's see, it's listed for $9.95. I believe I took an offer of $8 for that one. Then we have a real photo card. This is a view of the senior high school in Neenah, Wisconsin. It is not postally used, although it does have writing on the back of it. This card was actually listed way back in 2015, so it's been in my store for a while, and it sold for $5.95. If I had this card today and I was listing it, I would list it for more than that, but at the same time, it did sit around for quite a while. So anyway, sold for $5.95. Here's a view in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. This is the corner of the diamond. The diamond is an area where there's a square there, and there are 4 points of entry and exit there on each side of the square. This is in one of the corners. There is a view of looks like some storefronts there. This card is postally used in 1911. It's a divided back era card. Let's see, it was listed for $14.95. I took an offer of $11.75 on that. Next up is a view in Nantucket Island, Massachusetts. This is Fair Street, showing Ships Inn. I assume Ships Inn is here to the left. It's an unused linen era card, and it sold for $7.95. Another Marilyn Monroe card. This one shows Marilyn in, I don't know, I guess that's a bathing suit that she's in, and it has her signature here along the edge of the card. Obviously not her actual signature, but a facsimile of it. Again, a Continental era card, and that one sold for $5.95. Here we have a lot of cards. This is a lot of 100 holiday and greeting type cards. Here you can see sincere wishes. We have one I love, like a Valentine. Here is a sort of a comic card, a dad with two crying kids. Here are best wishes, Easter, sincere birthday wishes, Easter again, romance, best wishes, that sort of thing. This buyer actually bought two of these lots. This is the first one, and it sold for $21.95 plus shipping. And the second lot that they bought is this one. Again, holiday and greeting type mix. We have Easter, New Year's, Christmas, gift of love, best wishes, birthday, and so on. Peaceful Easter, happy birthday, again, that sort of thing. And again, the same buyer bought two of these lots. This second one also for $21.95 plus shipping, and I was able to combine the shipping on those two lots. Here we have kind of a roadside view. This is the Silver Gable Tourist Court and Restaurant in Roanoke, Virginia. Here you can see the motel. I guess this is the restaurant here on the lower left, and here's a view of one of the interiors of one of the rooms here on the right. It's a linen error card. It was posted in 1952, and it sold for $4.95. Here's a scene at the Pittsburgh Expo. I believe this was in 1909. I can't see the date. This little corner gizmo's blocking it, but this is a scene, says principal scene in the Great Naval Battle Spectacle, Battle of the Monitor and Merrimac, which occurred during the Civil War. This is a thrilling reproduction of the fight between the first ironclads ever built, now exhibited at the Pittsburgh Exhibition in Pittsburgh. Not quite sure how they reproduced that. That would have been interesting to see back at that time when the technology and special effects aren't what we have today. But regardless, that is a divided back error card. It's unused, as you can see, sold for $5.95. Then we have a laminated reproduction card. I've mentioned these before. This is made from an actual postcard, which has been copied and then enlarged in most cases, and then laminated on both sides. This is a view of the Armory in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. The original card was a real photo, this being just a copy of that. There's the back, it was unused. There's the front. I have about 1,500 of these. So far I've only got about 400 of them listed, so I've got a ways to go. But this is one of those, sold for $5.95. Here is a nice view in Terre Haute, Indiana. This is South 9th Street at the fire headquarters. Not sure which one is the fire headquarters. Maybe this building over here. But it is a divided back error card. It is unused, although it has writing on the back. It looks to be in very nice, clean, good condition there. A little bit of wear at that edge there, bottom right. But that one sold for $5.95. Then we have a view in Osceola Mills, Pennsylvania. This is the new concrete bridge. And you know what? I should be doing this. It really give you a nicer view if I click this. There. Now you got a nice big view to look at. This is the new concrete bridge. It is a divided back error card. It is does have a message, and it is addressed. I don't see a stamp nor a postmark, so I would still regard that as posted. But anyway, the new concrete bridge, and that one sold for, I had it listed at $7.95. I took an offer of $7.20. Let's blow these all up. It's nicer to look at them this way. This is a view at Mackinac Island in Michigan. This is Young's Cottage. See a couple buildings. I'll assume Young's Cottage is this one up on the hill to the right. It is a divided back error card. It is unused, as you can see there. And it is a hand-colored type of a card. You can see it mentions that down here. And that card sold for $7.95. Next up is a real photo. This is Main Street looking west in North Fairfield, Ohio. Nice residential street. It's a dirt street scene. And you can see the trolley tracks there, and right down there in the middle of the street, in the distance, a little ways, is a trolley. Can't tell if it's coming or going, but regardless, this is a divided back error card. And it's not popping up for me to see here, so let's go back to this view. It was posted in 1909, and that sold for $24.95. The next, let's see, 4 cards were all purchased by the same buyer. This first one is a view of Manchester by the Sea. the town and harbor. You can see the card was unused. That one sold for $5.95. Next one is at Magnolia, Massachusetts, Crescent Beach and Coolidge Point. This being the beach, and this must be the Coolidge Point over here with these houses up here. This one also postally unused. This is a rotograph card, as you can see down there. That one sold for $8.95. Same buyer still. This one is another view at Manchester by the Sea, the old Tide Mill. Get a better view of that there. Again, divided back, unused. That one sold for $7.95. And the last of four, again, Manchester, Massachusetts. This is School Street, looking north. Unused, divided back. That one sold for $5.95. And that total of those four cards was $28.80, all to the same buyer. Next three cards were also to the same buyer, not the one that just bought them, but three cards to a buyer. First here, we have how a Maine lobster is caught. So you can see how you do that is you get a boat, a lobster boat, you go out in the water, you put a lobster trap in the water, you attach it to a buoy so you know where it is, and then the lobster goes in there, and then you pull the trap up, and that's how you do it. This is a real photo card. You can see it doesn't have a stamp box, can't really identify the era there, but it is unused. That one was $14.95. Next card, same buyer. This is a view of the CS and CC Railway Tunnels, number 4 and number 6 in Cheyenne Canyon, Colorado. Make that a little bigger. It's not sure where the other tunnel is. Looks like the train's coming out of a tunnel here, maybe getting ready to head into another one. A divided back era card, unused. That one sold for $14.95. And one more card to the same buyer. We have a view in Derry, Pennsylvania. This is the municipal building. A real photo card. It was posted in 1948. Bit of a smudge here on the one side, but it doesn't affect the view at all. And that one sold for $19.95. So 3 cards to that buyer for a total of $49.85. And then that same buyer that just purchased the 3 we just looked at came back and also bought this card. This is a view at Idlewild Park in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. This is the entrance to the park. It does not look like that today. It's much different, but this is back in the 30s. And we'll get a better view of this card there. There you see the cars going in through the entryway. Here's some gas pumps off to the right here. Here's kind of the, I don't know, ticket booth or whatever here as they're entering the park. It is unused. Does have the EKKP stamp box, which puts that in the 30s more or less. And this card was listed for $39.95, and the buyer made an offer of $34.95, which I happily accepted. So 4 cards ultimately then to that buyer for about a total of $85. Next we have another multiple sale to a buyer. This buyer bought 2 cards. The first one is I remember showing this card in my, I think it was in album number 4 when I showed you the contents of album number 4, and I stumbled over the pronunciation. This is the stone bridge crossing Kishokokias Creek, or something like that, in Lewistown, Pennsylvania. I just listed this card the other day at $19.95, and I immediately received an offer on it that I did not accept, as well as this card, again in Lewistown. This is the Fountain Square, kind of a panoramic view, and it's a cyanotype card, which it means is just printed in this bluish ink, has this bluish look to it. It is undivided back, and it was postally unused. And I listed it also for $19.95. That both of those views were not views I had typically seen in Lewistown. So I did a little research, and that was the best I could come up with price-wise. But they both received immediate bids, which I did not accept. And then the buyer made me a couple more offers on them that I did not accept. And then finally he made an offer of $17 for both. For this one, $17 a piece, I should say, for this one and this one, which I accepted. So those two cards to one buyer for a total of $34. Next up, this is a view in Wichita Falls, Texas. This is Indiana Street looking north. It is a banner greeting type card. Here you see the banner with the greetings up there. Greetings from Wichita Falls. A nice chrome era card. Some nice storefronts there with signs. And the old automobiles, 50s type era automobiles. Chrome postcard, unused. Very nice, clean condition. Sold for $6.95. Here we have another lot of cards. This is a lot of 100 random mix U.S. States, towns, topics. Could be a couple greetings thrown in there. Just a mixture of all type of cards. This particular picture is just meant to give you a kind of an idea of what kind of cards you could expect, but not necessarily these particular cards. That lot of cards sold for, so it's kind of a grab bag because you don't know what you're going to get. A lot of 100 random mixed cards for $19.95 plus shipping. And I've sold quite a few of those. Here's a nice Christmas postcard. This says best Christmas wishes. Some children are building a snowman here. And it's a really nice, attractive, colorful card with sort of a, has kind of a gift wrapping background there around that scene. And it is an unused divided back card. It's embossed as well. So just a very attractive, nice looking card. That one sold for $5.95. Here we're back to some lots. Here we have a buyer who purchased the next two lots. This first lot, again, 100 holiday greeting type cards. There we see Christmas and congratulations and birthday and sort of a Valentine card. Your health, your happiness, birthday greetings, Happy New Year, birthday, Thanksgiving. Just a mixture of things. Christmas. That particular lot of 100 cards sold for $21.95 plus shipping. And then again, same buyer bought this lot as well. Again, holidays and greetings, a lot of 100. Here we have a birthday, good wishes to my darling, happy Easter. Easter wishes again, Easter. Got some bunnies there. There's a kitten. Merry Christmas. Thanksgiving. Romance. A little girl with some sheep. Easter. So a second lot of 100 holiday greeting type cards. Also sold for $21.95 plus shipping. And I combined shipping on those two lots. Next up, we have another kind of what I just call generic greetings. I don't know how else to describe them. It says greetings from Mount Clemens, no relation to me. And it's just a generic scene on there, not necessarily a view in Mount Clemens, but it has they usually have the words greetings from wherever this is meant to be on them. So I call them generic. This one has kind of a scene of boats on water there. It is a, let's see, how old is this? Yeah, posted in 1911, a divided back era card. It is embossed there. And it's got a little bit of a corner shadowing from being in an album there where the paper under the tabs is darker than the card, whether that's because the album darkened them or the rest of the card lightened over time. I don't know, but you can see the corners stand out pretty good on that. But anyway, that one sold for $12.95. Here we have the sewage disposal plant in Goshen, Indiana. That is a linen/chrome era. I say that because it looks like it probably was printed originally as a linen card, and then as we moved into the photo chrome era, they started printing it on the glossier paper. That one is unused and sold for $5.95. I did not want to end the show here on a sewage plant, so I add a couple more here. Next up, we have a view in Clearwater, Florida. This is the Coachman Station Log Cabin brand citrus and fruits. It's a colorful linen card. Let's make her bigger. And you can see the nice signage here on the building. It says Log Cabin over here, Pinehurst over here, and they sell fruits. Log Cabin brand citrus fruits. It's a real nice, colorful linen card. It is postally unused. What is that mark at the top? It looks really like a heavy indentation in there, but I didn't notice that. It doesn't come through on the front, so I don't know what that is. But anyway, a nice, colorful linen card. That sold for $5.95. And last up for today is a view at Lake Keuka, New York. This is the steamer Penyan at the Grove Springs Landing. Let's look at that a little closer. There you can see the boat over there, Penyan. Looks like people are getting on or off the boat there. Some smaller boats pulled up on the beach there. This is a divided back era card, a rotograph card, posted in 1910. And that one sold for $7.95. So that's it for our past week on eBay. Again, it was a good week for us. I'm happy with what we did, and the postcard pups worked their little butts off, and they're ready to take their Christmas break. So again, I remind you, I won't be here next week. I'm going to take the rest of the year off, and then we're going to rest up, and we're going to come back at you then the first of the year and get back to what we do, and we'll be back with some more sales and some more views of my personal collection and what else we can think up around here. So I thank everybody for watching. This has been my first year on YouTube, and it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody out there who takes the time to watch me and the pups and the stupid stuff that we do here, and you take the time out of your day to watch, and some of you even make comments, and I appreciate that too. So thank you to everybody out there. We hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and then just enjoy the season. We'll see you next year.